What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy party! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What is up? Another power-packed podcast here on the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional life coach, mindset coach, business coach, everything else that I want to be, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And we have another power-packed podcast today, season 4, episode 4, entitled Comfy. And so today on this episode, I'm going to talk about how your comfort zone will kill you. So we're going to talk about how can we get out of our comfort zone. My appetizer for today, I'm going to give you and offer you a money management challenge, as well as everything else we're going to talk about today here, season 4, episode 4, entitled Comfy. So without further ado, please let me welcome everybody that's listening and watching right now. My day one A1 listeners, what is up? My Patreon supporters, hey guys. My first time listeners, thank you for stopping by, as well as my YouTube watchers that are watching this in not only 4K, but getting this all in 1080p, as well as people both domestic and international love. Thank you guys. Germany, Brazil, all these different places, man, that when I look at the stats, I see you guys are checking me out. And guess what? You're checking me. I'm checking you, checking me. That's how we're doing it here on the See.Plan.Do show. And as always, when you see me out in the streets working on my salsa moves or working on my Baltimore two-step, please don't forget the junior shout out to Pops. And I'm so excited about this show. I'm so excited about this episode as well as all my other episodes. And so I'm really, I love my show, man. And I hope you do too. And please let me know how you feel about the show. And as always, if you're on YouTube, you can always, guess what? You can check out all the information, like, share, and subscribe. That's how we do it, y'all. You can help me, help you, help me, help you. So, all right, I'm going to chill out with that, guys. I'm sorry. All right. But today, season 4, episode 4, entitled Comfy. I really wanted to talk about this because guess what? A lot of times when I set out a season, I try to map out as best as I could, what I want to talk about in each episode, who I want to bring on, but sometimes things happen where it makes you just spark up and just have this inspiration to create an episode. And this is one of those episodes. I saw a really great, and if you look at the artwork now, the artwork of my shows have recently been me, right? Because guess what? I need to get my followers up. I need people to see me. So, I sort of gotten away from having artwork without me on it, but this one I really like. So what you'll see throughout the season is it'll be episodes where it's going to have artwork with me on it, and it's going to be episodes that I feel as though it's going to have that artwork. It's going to have something else. So if you check out the artwork for this episode, it has just somebody wrote in graffiti, your comfort zone will kill you. And guess what? It will. Your comfort zone will kill you. And if you don't believe it, you're probably getting killed. You're probably dying by it by now. We all suffer from it. So how can we get out of that? All right. So can we get to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland? So right after this brief commercial break, we're going to get right into our See.Plan.Do moment of the week. All right. So your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Do It For You. As a parent, as a person in the community, all these different things, all these different things that we put on our resume of who we are as a person, those usually drive us to do certain things. I want to be the best dad. I want to be the best mom. I want to be the best, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of times we're doing things for other people, other institutions, other agendas, right? But what I want you to do first is do it for you. And when we're talking about doing it for you, by you being the best you, we then get the pieces, we get the best pieces. So if I am focusing on being the best Garry and I'm doing things to make sure that Garry is the best Garry, then guess what? My children get the best father. They get the best version of me as their dad. If I'm doing things for me and making sure I'm doing things that I feel are important, than my job or my clients for my businesses. They get the best version of me. All right. If you're in a relationship, you have to think about you. So that way you can be the best boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. So do it for you. Those things that you have listed as far as goals, dreams, as aspirations, do it for you first. And that should be your drive. Hey, I want to do this because this helps me do this. And by me doing this allows me to be able to spread the wealth, spread that joy, spread that energy to other people. I wanted to do a podcast because I wanted to do a podcast. And I felt as though listening to the radio, listening to other media outlets, that they didn't have what I offer. So I wanted to do it for me. So that way, if anything else, when people are watching this, they get something that's different. So if you listen to season 1, the same energy is there. Tu sabes las vibras. You know the vibes because they've been here for 4 straight seasons. They're not going to change. I'm not going to say, hey guys, what's up? Unless I'm being funny. When you get that, what's up, everybody? What's up? It's because I'm doing it for me, because I acknowledge that I have to be the best version of me. Be the best version of me. So that way you right now watching, you can get the best motivation, you can get the best podcast episode, and you can get the best podcaster, if I do say so myself. So do it for you, whatever it is. Don't just try to put it off on other people. Do it because you want to do it. I had a person that signed up for my life coaching certification program. And really quickly, if you are looking to become a life coach, you feel like, hey, you have what it takes. You feel as though people always come to you for help, and you want to create a dynamic situation where you are a life coach. I am accepting clients now. Really easy program. And all you have to do is contact me. But I had a person sign up and I asked them, why are you doing this? And the person said, well, I had people say that I would make a good life coach. To make a long story short, that person didn't last in the program because they weren't doing it for them. So do it for you. I get that we want to do things for other people, but don't be a martyr. All right? Because if we're always doing stuff for other people, then how do you gauge what you want? If we're always doing it for our kids, we're always doing it for this. And I'm not saying, of course, we're going to do things for our children. But again, me being the best Gary is me being the best Gary for me. And that way my children can get the best dad. My community can get the best community because I'm making sure that I'm doing what I can do best. All right. That is your See.Plan.Do moment of the week. Hey, do it for you. All right. So as we go, now we're going to go right into our song of the week. Hey guys, you can check out what the information is for the episode, for whatever song we have that's in the intro. If you're watching this on YouTube, as well as you can find out what the song of the week is by just checking out the information below. It'll be in all the details on all the streaming platforms. So here's your song of the week, sponsored by Greenlight Entertainment. So after this brief commercial announcement, we're going to get right into it. All right, that is your Greenlight Entertainment song of the week. And guess what, guys? If you have a song that you want to hear as a song of the week, guess what? Put it in the comment section. All right, you can put it on social media, you can put it on YouTube. And guess what? If I choose your song, whether it's a well-known artist or it is somebody that you know, and I choose that song for song of the week or the intro song, guess what? You get something sweet in the mail from me. Bing! Look at that. Look at how I'm taking care of you because you're taking care of me because I'm taking care of you. All right, I promise. All right, that's it. That's enough for that. All right. So, again, that was your song of the week. So please make sure you check out all of those. All right, so let's get into our appetizer. I know that we're moving quickly along because guess what? I don't want to hold you. Well, I want to embrace you, but I don't want to hold you. All right, I don't want to keep you here long. I like to get straight to it. So your appetizer of the week is sponsored by Silk Hair. Silk Hair by Sasha. All right. And so with Silk Hair by Sasha, they are, if not the leading, one of the best. If you are looking to updo your do, if you're looking to make a statement when you go on vacation, when you're at the boardrooms, when you're out, make sure you stop by Silk Hair by Sasha because they are a Black-owned hair company that provides high-quality Brazilian and Indian hair. They also carry bonnets, hair accessories, edge brushes, and they are constantly adding more things to their product selection. All right. They also have a custom wig service. So if you want a wig that is especially for you, that's specifically for you, that is directed for you, please make sure that you get your bundles from them and make sure you take advantage of those custom wig services. And also, they have a website. So please make sure you check out that website and subscribe to get some coupons, to get other information on deals. And that website is www. You guessed it, silkhairbysasha.com. And you can also follow them, Silk Hair by Sasha, on Instagram and Facebook. One more again, Silk Hair. By who? By Sasha. Silk Hair by Sasha, guys. And so here is your appetizer. So we're going into different seasons. And as we see in the as we see in the springtime, we see a lot of animals sort of gathering for the winter and stuff like that. And so one of the things that, plagues a lot of us, including your favorite life coach at times, was managing money appropriately. And so a lot of times, a lot of my clients, when they're talking to me, one of the biggest things that they highlight is they need to manage their money correctly. So here's a money manage. Here's how to. Here I'm offering you. Sorry, this is a manage money challenge. All right. So the first thing is, I want you to identify what are your money goals. Do you, a lot of people say, well, I just want to be stable. Okay, well, what does stable mean to you? I think about one of my favorite shows, Breaking Bad, and I remember Jesse asking Heisenberg, well, how much do you need? And he legit gave him a number on how much he needed to stop. So what I want you to do is identify what your money goals are. If you have a savings account, do you want to have 5,000? Do you want to have 10,000? Do you want to put a certain amount in each week? What is that? What is your money goals? All right. The next thing is that a lot of people, when we talk about what are their issues with money, they say they don't have any or that they don't know where it goes. So here is one of and this should have probably been number one, but let's identify where your money is going. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at your last 30 to 60 days of your bank statements, of your charges. And I want you to map out. Now, some of these bank institutions, they already let you know where they're going. But I want you to map it out because one of the things that you will discover quickly is you do have the money. It's just where is it going? So when you got paid, when you got paid from your job or paid from your company, whatever, what are the first 10 things you bought? So let's look at the first 30 days. You can go to 90, you can go to 120, but look at where your money is going. And once we do that, what I want you to do is how can we minimize the bleeding of our money? How can we minimize that? So you are looking at like, hey, you're buying stuff. I had a client who said, hey, that she spends money, that she's an emotional spender. So she gets upset, then she spends. So she said she got mad with a boyfriend and then boom, she turned around and bought all the stuff from Amazon. So how can we manage that? Because guess what? It's not about her spending. In that scenario, it's about what triggers her. How does she respond? How can she respond appropriately when she gets upset? Are you eating out because you don't plan? Oh, you talking to me, Gary? Okay, sorry. So maybe if because you don't plan your meals, you then have to sort of run around and you have to pick up food and now you're spending food. And if you're like me, if you're in that 35 to 40 and over club, remember how your parents would say, hey, there's food in the house? I use that now because I don't like when I'm picking up food and I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, I have this in the house. I'm getting wings, but I have wings in the house. I'm getting these things and they're in the house. What am I doing? Poor planning leads to poor performance. So when you answer the question, where's your money going, and you identify an issue, how can we minimize that? How can we manage that? Oh, I love shoes. One client said, oh, I love shoes. Okay. I'm not telling you to not buy what you want, but if you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on shoes and you identify that we can minimize that, then what does it look like? Maybe one pair of shoes, maybe one pair of shoes per $500 that you put in your savings account. Right. So where is your money going? Unfortunately, these bank institutions, they make a lot of money off of us. And one of the biggest things is when we don't have the money, they are taking money from us. So that insufficient funds, they're charging you. So you got bank institutions that are making billions off of people who didn't have the money. And they'll give you the resources and say, hey, this is what you can do. But it's about how we management. How can we minimize the bleeding? How can we stop the bleeding? What are you spending it on? Oh, you going to McDonald's every week? Oh, you going out to dinner every week? If you got it, then of course. But if you identify this conflicts your money goals, then how can we minimize that? How can we maximize our money? How can we minimize that? And the last thing is create an effective plan. One of the biggest things, to be totally transparent, because I believe in 1,000,000% transparency on the show, is that it's not that I did not make the money. It's that if something happened, then I had to take bill money to pay for this. So if my car messed up, I didn't have any money in my savings account. So because I didn't have money in my savings account, now I got to turn around and take bill money, and then I got to put more bill money. I got to try to double up, because now I have to turn around and say, oh man, I got to pay for this now, or pay double this because of something that happened. So one of the biggest things to do is to have an effective savings account for me. And guess what? Because I have a savings account, I don't want to link it. I don't link it to my electronic banking. Because if you could just move it, I used to just move it around for stupid reasons. Like, let's say I had $5,289 in my account. I would literally move $11 to make it an even number. Like, what are you doing, sir? Come on. So create an effective plan that you can see, that you could talk to about your family, so that way you can manage your money appropriately. Yeah. All right, that's your appetizer. Again, sponsored by Silk Hair by Sasha. Please make sure you check out her and all the accessories and things that they can offer you with that silk and Brazilian hair. www.silkhairbysasha.com. All right, manage that money. All right, so let's get into our entree. And if you have any other additional tips for money management, please comment below. Make sure you put it out there, put it on the social media pages, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about money. We don't really learn about money in school, right? We don't learn about the core things that we need to learn. So we got to learn them now as adults. And then as adults, if we have children, we need to be able to help them with that, because we don't want to set them up, right? All right. So our entree of the evening, and that's sponsored by LaloneClothing.com. And so guess what? If you love this show, if you're having a great time watching all these episodes, whether you're a day one, A1, or you just start tuning in the last couple of episodes, guess what? If you want to support this show, you can buy some merch. Hop on over to Lalone Clothing. They are the official company of the See.Plan.Do show. So you can get See.Plan.Do show shirts. You can get material, and not just See.Plan.Do shows, shirts or materials or apparel. You can get materials, apparel that fit your vibe. Like I said, See.Plan.Do show shirt is a big seller, but everything will be okay is a great shirt. I'm actually going to drop this Friday. I'm going to drop another shirt. Right. So make sure you check out LALONE clothing.com for all of that apparel that fits your vibe. So here's season 4, episode 4, entitled Comfy. I'm highlighting today how, one, our comfort zone will kill us, and how can we get out of that with a couple of easy steps. All right. So first, I want you to think, and do you remember that drive that you had when you were at your new job or you were in a new situation? That fire that was in the beginning, that was in your belly, that you were passionate. And then one day, you suffered from that fat cat syndrome. And I like to call it fat cat syndrome because in sports, right? If you look at sports, we rarely have a team that wins back to back to back. It happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it does not happen as much as you would think. Like we had the Bulls repeat. That's great, right? But that's one of the amazing teams in history. We had some people repeat success, but it's not all the time, because a lot of times once they win the big one, even whether it's sports or you win the big one, when you accomplish that big goal, now we sort of just sit back and we chill and we relax. And when we chill and we relax, we get comfy, we get complacent. And when we get complacent and comfy in that comfort zone, we're not doing other things, and that's where it will kill you. Your comfort zone will kill you. I'm pretty sure right now, if you are a person that's suffering from your comfort zone that is killing you, that you can acknowledge that is taking the life from you, then go ahead and comment below. Because it's very easy to be sucked in by the comfort zone because it's comfy, it's warm, it's inviting. You don't have to do too much when you're in a comfort zone because you're comfy, you're chilling, right? People don't step out and get new jobs because they're comfortable until they get upset, and then they get upset and they want to have a new job, but then they don't want to leave because they say, well, at least I know, and they create these things in their mind that I shouldn't leave because I don't know what else is out there. And we'll talk about that. But again, FYI, your comfort zone will kill you. May not be in a day, may not be in a week, but slowly but surely it's extinguishing that fire, that desire that you have to do things. All right. So let's go over a couple of tips that can help you avoid being too comfy and get out of that comfort zone. Let's get out of that comfort zone. All right. Number one, start each day from scratch, right? When you get up, I want you to rock and roll. Biggie and other artists would say that they get on an album, they get on a track, and they act like they've never, this is their first time. Think about one of your favorite artists that sort of is like, whatever. They made a great hit. I'm thinking about Lauryn Hill. No, sorry. I'm not naming anybody, but Lauryn Hill. When I think about some people that you might have heard them and they really were hot in the beginning, and now they're just sort of just mailing it in because they're comfy. They got your money and they're good now. When you're watching athletes and they're in a contract year, and for those who don't know what that means, it means that like this is the year where their contract is up. Oh, they got a pep in their step. They're getting every rebound. They're catching every football, or they're swinging for every home run, right? Because now they know this ain't, you were comfy. You were chilling. But I want you to start each day from scratch, and I want you to get up and regain that fire, that energy, that purpose, and say, hey, it's not, I want you to acknowledge your wins. And of course, here on the See.Plan.Do show, we celebrate all of your wins, regardless if they're big or small. But I want you to continuously improve, continuously empower. Because if you just focus on a win that happened 6 months ago and you're still holding on to that, how are you growing? How are you improving? Yeah. Number two is have a strong village. And what I mean is that we're looking to have other people be successful, because if you are surrounding yourself with other people who are successful, then they can tell you like it is. And I like to think about it like this. If you are the best person in whatever you're doing in the room, then people will be yes men or yes women to you, and they'll just cater to whatever you say, but you don't really grow. If you play sports or you play a game against someone, do you want to play against someone that you could beat, or play against somebody that's nice? My son right now, when we first started playing his video games, he first started playing Fortnite, it's easy to beat him. Now he doesn't want to play me, not because I could beat him, because he know he'll destroy me. So now I'm like, oh, let's play one-on-one. He'll look at me like, nah, I'm good. What you mean? So I want you to have a strong village. Surround yourself with people that are also go-getters. Because if they're chilling, then you're going to be chilling. If they're not worried about it, then you're not going to be worried about it. Get around with people that can sharpen that iron, because iron sharpens iron. So you got to have people that are go-getters, that are working, that are moving. My pod brother, Aaron Dante, when I first met him, he had things that I did not have. He was a little bit more advanced than me. So that made me strive and want to do stuff and change things. But imagine if I'd have met somebody that may not have been the best, and then my accomplishments look better. They look bigger. Nah, we're not doing that. Get yourself a strong village so that way you can be strong. All right. And again, this is season 4, episode 4, entitled Comfy, where we're going to get out of that comfort zone, which is killing you. All right. Number 3, make changes to your daily routine. All right. Get up a little earlier, walk a little further, when you're walking to your job. Do something different, because once we start getting into that routine, then it's like, oh, it's sort of automatic and we're not going to change. It's comfy. Hey, you got your office. Okay. Do something different. Change it up. All right. What can you do different? What's something that tomorrow, that if you go to work, what's something that you can do different? Maybe you want to learn something. All right. Which is number 4. Learn something. Learn something new. Reconnect with that fire in you, that creative spirit that you have. Because what happens is, when we're comfy, we're not really chilling. Think about Garfield. I probably should have had Garfield on the front of the artwork. But if you're chilling, you're not trying to do anything new. You're just trying to chill. Hey, I'm chilling, baby. I'm chillaxing. But if you start learning something new, then it's sort of like you're learning from scratch. So like for me, I want to learn more about Adobe and Photoshop. Those are things that I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this like as best as a lot of people. So I got to get on it. It's making me go back and say, okay, let me check. Let me make sure I'm doing good. So learn something new. That's number 4. Number 5, as we always talk about, you need to make sure you look to change for both physically and mentally. All right. Working out, exercise, and that's what you can do for you. That goes back to our moment of the week. But changing physically as well as changing mentally. All right. Commit yourself to empowering yourself both physically and mentally. All right. Go work out. Take one step at a time. Go work out. If you need to go to therapy or you want to read more, commit to reading. Guess what? Also, get the hell off of social media like that. And I love social media. But guess what? When you're constantly around negativity and people offering invalid opinions and stuff like that, that can be draining. Yeah. And guess what? Take a detox, take a break. I promise you to be there when you get back. Take a break. Number 6, which I love, is face your fears. I had a person that she wanted to start a business, and we talked about, first thing is she needs capital. I offered her money to start it up. She was afraid. Why? Why would you not take my money? I'm telling, there's no strings attached. I want to invest in your company. Here we go. And she said no. Because one, she was afraid that she would spend it. That goes back to money management. But the biggest thing is that she said, I don't want to fail. And by me taking the money, that puts me on the hook and then I got to do it. I'm like, isn't that what you want to do? But by you setting yourself up, because fear of failure is a real thing, but fear can hold you hostage. Our brains are really designed to support whatever we think. If you doubt yourself, your brain will say, okay, you're right. We can't do this. Stop. But you most certainly the hell can do it. There is literally, look at all the things that people are doing that you easily can do. Right? Now, of course, we're talking about world-class athletes. That's a different story. But if you want to start a podcast, I have a podcast. So other people have podcasts. If you want to save your money up and stack up your money, you could do that. But people let fear of failure not even have them even start. All right? We don't even let them start. So don't let failure trap you, and don't let fear hold you hostage. Don't let it do it. All right? Fear will keep you hostage. You have to free yourself from fear. You're scared of public speaking. What's the worst thing that can happen? What's the best thing that's going to happen? Don't let it hold you hostage. And number 7, take nothing for granted. If we take things for granted, then we just say, okay, whatever. We don't do those things. We just don't do any more. All right, but you got to fight. There's a difference between a person that's a 9 to 5 and an entrepreneur that they depend on sales every day, every month, every week. Yeah. So we have to make sure that we don't take anything for granted. You could lose your job tomorrow. Then what? Then you're going to suffer. Then you're going to start trying to build up that energy. No, let's not take anything for granted. Right. And also, let me give you a bonus one. I like this one too. And I want you to do this for the next 30 days. And if you're willing to do this, all I want you to do is type in, if you're on social media, if you're on YouTube, just type in 30. I want you for the next 30 days to agree to something that you would not normally do, because that's where the success is, outside of you saying no all the time. That's where it is. You're saying no all the time. You are not allowing yourself opportunities because you're saying no. No. So for the next 30 days, what I want you to do is I want you to agree to something that you would not normally do, as long as it caters and supports ultimately your goals. I have a friend that she was a little worried about public speaking. Now she's out here speaking all the time. Your comfort zone will kill you. But I should put in parentheses, if you let it. All right. Guess what, guys? That's the end of the show. As always, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Please, let's keep amazing episodes, podcasts, not just mine, but if you come across amazing podcasts, please make sure you share and you like and you subscribe and you support those episodes, those podcasts. Okay. You can catch each and every episode dropping on Tuesday right at midnight. And you can catch up on previous episodes. This is season 4. You can go back all the way back to 1 on heading on over to the See.Plan.Do show.com and getting all of these episodes. All right. If you want to be a supporter of this show, please, by all means, you can like, share, and subscribe. But also, you can become a Patreon supporter. By you being a Patreon supporter, you are helping this show. One of the perks is that you get this show early. You get this episode early. You could Baltimore strut around here saying, "Oh, you're just getting that? Oh, you just got that? Huh? You just got that? Huh? Been heard about Comfy." All right. For literally a price of a cup of coffee, you can support this show and all the endeavors that I want to do, not just for the show, but it might be some things that I want to do out in the community. And so those things are amazing. And I want you to be able, so I want to give opportunities to do that. Also, you hear the sponsorship opportunities. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, there are different opportunities I have. You can even be interviewed on the show. All you have to do is contact me, and all the information will be at the bottom. You can contact me and we can get you on the show. We can get your product, your goods, your services, your event that's happening. Let's reach out to a diverse audience. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, guys, thank you. Thank you for being part of the show. I know I'm here. I know that I purchased this and I know I got this mic and all those wonderful things, but guess what? You are the best part of the show, because if you're not listening, you're not supporting, you're not chiming in, guess what? It's just me talking, right? You are the best part of the show. So thank you for being yet another advocate of amazing things that people are doing. Thank you for supporting me in the things that I want to do. You are the best part of the show. I always say that. You can go back to episode 2 of season 1, and I think I was starting to say it then. So until we see each other again, man, because we'll see each other again, right? Until we talk again, because we will. We'll talk all the time. All right. And until we share those special moments again, always remember, guys, to see what you want to do. Plan that thing out. Don't give in to fear. Get out of your comfort zone. Get up. And also do. All right. Until we see each other again, and make sure you take it easy, take it safe, stay out of the way, and just keep working, guys.